Welcome. Thank you for joining Two Way Tonight. I'm Mark Halpern on a big breaking news day with more news just breaking on the story of Mike Waltz being ousted as National Security Advisor, as we reported this morning on the morning meeting. Great unhappiness with how he was doing the job from the point of view of many members of the National Security Principals team, from the Treasury to the NEC to the State Department, and other people in the White House at senior levels felt Waltz was the wrong man for the job. Moments ago, the president announced a change and what's going to happen. Waltz is going to go be the ambassador to the United Nations, and Marco Rubio is pulling a Kissinger, at least for a temporary moment, and he will be both the National Security Advisor and the Secretary of State. What happened, I'll tell you quickly, is I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm theorizing a little bit. The move to get rid of Waltz has been around for a while, and as we've talked about here, was around before Signalgate. He was not meshing with the culture in the White House. There was doubts about his ability to do the job, and MAGA had some suspicions about him. Okay, so he's been on thin ice for a while. Trump wasn't inclined to get rid of him, and Signalgate, ironically, as we said, froze him in place because the president didn't want to give Jeffrey Goldberg his satisfaction. The effort to get rid of him and the plan to get rid of him was then caught up in the question of, are you pro Witkoff or anti Witkoff? There are people in the government who very much wanted Witkoff to get the job, and there are people who dead set against it. And the story in the New York Post that dropped yesterday, strange story for the New York Post to run, just an absolute hit job on Witkoff, saying nobody thinks he's qualified, and it's a joke to be the envoy to the world. Some saw as an effort to stop Trump from getting rid of Waltz and putting in Witkoff. I'm not sure why the sources who gave me this story, and I'll admit this was not some shoe leather work. It was handed to me, and I had to get it confirmed, which took about 2 seconds, uncharacteristically fast. My suspicion is there were people who wanted to force the president's hand to say, whether you're going to go with Witkoff or not, don't use the fight around the question of Witkoff to delay getting rid of Waltz, because Waltz has to go. So by saying Waltz is going, I think they thought the president's hand would be forced. Still, the battle over Witkoff, very much like the battle over Lutnick, and whether Lutnick is going to keep his influence or even his job, because there are people who are big fans, and then there are people who are less so. Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing.